lost in the Lone Star land, with boots on my feet and dreams in my hand. A little sassy but a whole lot of grace. You'll see that fire when you look in my face. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. From the blue bonnet fields to the city streets, every step I take feels like home to me. With a little sass and a lot of pride, this Texas girl's got nothing to hide. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Gummy shoe prints, laid them down the street. Chocolate wrappers hiding secrets sweet. They don't miss a beat, they've got a knack. With licorice ropes pulling answers back. Twist the wrapper to reveal the truth. A sticky web spun by a candy slough. No sour lies can escape the grip. These lollipops always crack the whip.
Okay, let's try this again. I did not unmute. Sorry for that. Hello, all my friends. How are y'all doing today? Hope everybody's having a super good day today. It is a hot one here in Texas, I tell you. It is 93 and the heat index is already up in the hundreds. We have not officially hit triple digits, just the heat index. And that makes it 10 times worse. It's hot out there, y'all. Hello, TJ. How are you doing? Hi, Miss Rhonda. How are you, Miss Kathy? Oh, Kelly, we're praying for our sweet, beautiful friend. Let's see here. West End, how are you? Hey, Mama Dukes, good to have you. Hey, Charlene. Hey, Mama, how are you? And there's our sweet Teresa. Lisa, thank you for that cash app. I appreciate you so much. And welcome today. Thanks for being here. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? There's our Randa. Hello, hello. Let's see who else we got sneaking up. Find Summer's Truth, always in the bushes. We love having you with us. We need to do a stream on little Summer. We need to get her face back out there and keep it going too. Hey, Lori, you finally made it with us. Good deal. Let's see anybody else sneaking in. Heather, how are you, sweetie? Victoria, hello to you. Brianna's World, how are you doing, beautiful? I hope you're doing good. You've been in my prayers. I know how hard that is. My goodness. Anybody else? Cheryl, hi, girl. How you doing? It's 94 heat index of 102. Oh my gosh. Tell you what, that is suffocating, isn't it? But it's what we deal with. It is always what we deal with. Still no notice, Lori? Oh, goodness. Well, tomorrow we're definitely coming on 4 Central, so you can have that ready to go. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the Idaho 4 case and Brian Kohlberger, and listen to the words of some of his classmates in his criminology class. And we're going to talk about a serial killer that Brian was actually, that was his favorite case. And this guy also went to a college fraternity as well. So we're going to go over that. And allegedly, with Brittany J will be with us. Wait, what? Mama Dukes, that ain't no fair. You're only at 89? It is hot all over, isn't it? Mama, I hate when it's not doing this. It doesn't give out notices or messes up people's times. Ugh. Yeah, Cheryl, waiting for that sun to go down before you get in that pool. I tell you, that evening time in the pool is the best. I miss being at the lake for that reason only. There was a couple of ladies, one that was there every day at 5:00, and we would get in that pool and just sit on our floaties and talk till it closed at 8. So I miss that a lot. Oh, goodness. Look at here. Charlene says we will have our Texas Reporter Festival in October. People from all 50 states will be attending, and she will be giving out flyers. Way to go, Charlene. Thank you for supporting Sebastian in that way. That is amazing. September is our big festival here. It's a 5-day festival event, and people come from all over, but his flyer, along with Summer's flyer, will be handed out. I do that each year. But the cat tries to get on the float with you. Oh, that's funny. My little dog, when I had my little Yorkie, she was my little best friend. She only weighed 4 pounds, but she would get on the float with me. And then she got to where she would bark and bark and bark, and I couldn't figure it out. One day I got a float and put her on her own float, and she was happy as could be. She just laid there the whole time I did. Oh my goodness. Teresa said I've gone from 98 in Turkey to 68 in England. Oh my goodness. That's a culture shock to your body for sure. Well, welcome everybody coming in. I appreciate y'all being here. And I do apologize for starting a little earlier today, but I got to get out of here by 5 o'clock so that I can make the 6 o'clock game. It's about a 45-minute drive, and with it being afternoon, everybody getting off work, I need to give myself a little extra time to get there. And then I'll sit and watch 2 softball games and have an amazing time doing it. 81 in storms. Oh goodness. Tell you what, when I was at the lake, we had those days of storms up there that was just out of control, stupid. They would pop up and they were heavy. Heavy, heavy. Yes, if you have a birthday, just let me know when we go live that it's your birthday and we can play you our birthday song for you. Definitely. Thank you for that reminder, Miss Kathy. So, guys, today's question is, how close are we? Hey, Jen in Georgia, how you doing? We have tons and tons of questions when it comes to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and what happened to him that day. What happened to him in the late night, early morning hours for him to no longer be anywhere to be found. No evidence, no sightings, absolutely nothing. Of course, we all remember his stepdad telling us how, he always wanted to become a ninja, and he just stepped on my front porch and boom, he was gone. Oh my goodness. Why would he say that? Why would a stepfather say that about a missing child from his home? But we know it's a lie, guys. Everybody knows that it is straight up lie, because there is a camera directly across the street from them that covers the whole front of their home, and not a door nor a window was up and opened. Very much, TJ. So, yeah, that's just a straight up lie, because Sebastian didn't step on the front porch that night and walk away and just vanish. So we have covered so many different angles and so many different things. And how close are we? Is it when people start getting close that they are the ones that start getting threatened? Is that what's happening here, and the reason for all the threats and all the things? Hey, Troopers Mom, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Everybody come on in. But we know people have been threatened. We've heard from them. Death threats have been sent out. Everything in the world is happening for people who are actually looking into Sebastian, his story, where he could have gone, boots on the ground, looking for him. And yet they get threats. They get told to leave and never come back. It's one of the biggest red flags of this whole entire story of Sebastian's, because don't you want people looking for him? Wouldn't you want your child to be found, no matter who found that child? There was a case we talked about during the Summer Wells days where little Carly Trent had gone missing from her town there, not far from where Summer lived in northeastern Tennessee. They had over 200 locals that came in and volunteered to look and to search. The more the merrier, said the sheriff at the time, which happened to be the same sheriff in Summer's case, but he said no one other than law enforcement needs to be helping to look. But in little Carly Trent's case, it was volunteers who actually stepped out into land, found a cave, went inside, and found her and her uncle. It was volunteers that did that. Not professionally trained searchers. It was people who had the drive and the want to help find this child. Sebastian has tons of people like that on his side. However, they get threatened. Oh, Mama, thank you so much for that. She says, thank you, Lolly. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for your love for Sebastian. Thank you for that. That is so sweet of you. I appreciate you. But in Sebastian's case, once again, they don't want outsiders volunteering. They needed to keep their grid searches in a special way. Yeah, Gina H. Public wasn't allowed to search for Sebastian either. You know, they used the grid searching. They needed to keep that under control. The terrain was off. Folks, the people that were there wanting to search lived in that terrain. Just like with little Carly Trent back in the day when she went missing, it was locals, people that live in that territory, in that area, that know that terrain. And it was because of them she was found. Because these people went outside of a little bit of a search grid area and searched outside that perimeter and actually found her. And I just understand that there is a safety unit that you have to be careful with. But there is a thing such as a disclaimer saying that while you search for this child, in no way is the city, the county, or the state of Tennessee responsible for any harm that comes to you during this search. People will sign that because they know the terrain, they live there. And it's never really made a lot of sense to me how law enforcement would not want the additional help. You remember Miss Kathy, huh? Yeah. Hi Kakai, how you doing? So we've had locals that have gone out and searched. Seth has done his searches. other people have done their searches. Law enforcement of all different types of units have been out searching for Sebastian. They have surveillance videos. They have all the cameras within that whole neighborhood. They have the cameras from the school. But Sebastian's nowhere to be found. And folks, a child does not disappear on their own. So here we go with the one person that tells us the narrative of leading up to his disappearance. That's his mother, because she was in the home with him. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Y'all come on in. Thank you, everybody, for being here. But there's something kind of squirrely with her story, because she puts everything outside of her home. She pushes the narrative that he ran away. I don't know why he walked out that door. She's talking about the front door. Aunt Sherry, how you doing, girl? Oh, my sister. Big hugs to you. I miss you, girl. You need to come and see me. So we go through all of these things that the mother's telling us, the stepfather's telling us, and things don't quite add up. Jen has been a member for 7 months. She says, Lolly, thank you for everything. You mean so much. Oh, Jen, that is so sweet of you. Thank you for that. And thank you for being with us this long. We love having you. And it's you guys as much as it is me. We're a team. We're all in this together. But the questions start coming up as to how is it that a 15-year-old boy ran away from home, but yet is on no one's camera at all? How is it that he ran out of that neighborhood, yet all the areas surrounding that neighborhood have cameras as well, and is not seen anywhere? So then you question the mother who was last with her child. We know she tells us it took her 1 minute to search the home. She was frantic. 1 minute. Folks, I don't know about y'all, but it's going to take me a heck of a lot longer to search my home than 1 minute, because I'm going to look in every tiny corner of the home. Hi, Shirley. Come on in. Hey, Miss Ann. And so, yeah, here we go. 1 minute. She's done. She's in her car. Now, mind y'all, she's already dressed. Her hair's already pulled back in a ponytail. And she happened to have on that same jacket that she wore the night before. But Sebastian left with no jacket. But she felt it was cold enough to have a jacket. Sebastian left with no shoes. But yet she sure as heck had on her shoes when she searched for 1 minute and then ran to the car. That's it, Brianna's World. I don't think it was him on camera taking that trash out. They cannot say 100% for sure. It's his mother that said it sure looked like the way he walked. Hey, Tugs. Thanks for listening. Hey, Roxy. But yet, her story continues. She drove all around the neighborhood. We've seen the pictures. It was 30 minutes later that she's driving through the neighborhood, which is only consists of her street and one other street, going down and back up a street with no windows down. Took her 31 seconds to make that trek. She just didn't, in my opinion, think it all through, right? Hey, runs with scissors. Because I think if she would have stopped long enough to consider this version of what has happened to her child, and her child running away with no shoes, no phone, no jacket, no nothing, there would have been a little more thought put into all this. But obviously, Katie either forgot to think it all through real good, all the dots are crossed, all the T's are crossed, or his mama plumb forgot all about these little things, as such as, you know, when you look for a dog, you roll your windows down and you drive slowly, calling for your dog, looking in between houses, going very slow, looking through the yards as you driving by with your window down while you're calling your dog's name. That should have intensified when it came to her child. Hey, Diana, you be safe with that severe storms and tornado warnings. Be safe, girl. But she must not have thought it all the way through, because 31 seconds to drive down, turn around, come back up just to look for her child. She spent 31 seconds, guys, 31 seconds. Now, when it comes to the school, I have talked to people who have actually seen the video. She does not slow down as she drives through the front part of that school. Doesn't stop. Doesn't take time to call his name out. So to me, in my opinion, this all just straight up tells every one of us it's all for show. There's been lots of talk about the Roadhouse in Texas Roadhouse, and one picture that we had specifically that made me question who all really could have been there, you know? Well, there's the one picture where, and I did not put it back up here. I'm sorry. I forgot to put it back in here. But there is the one picture of the man standing by the pillar at the front door. He looks identical to Christopher in the way he stands. I agree, Miss Shirley. I agree. Shirley says we need to look in all the large places, well-known private compound, Clearwater, Florida. Yeah, there's all kinds of places. Yes, Texas Plain Jane, I'm with you. I firmly believe she knows who took Sebastian and why. Exactly. Katie holds the key to all of it. Oh, Charlene, I agree. And if I was driving, it would be like 2 miles an hour, if that, yelling and screaming and looking and stopping and getting out and all the things. Keep going with Oregon and Alaska. Yes, those are very suspicious places because they were seen. Family was seen. Let's see. What did Wild Wolf just put here? Well, I'm glad I got to tell you. I just read it on her community post. I'm so glad she's sticking up for those missing children. We got to, in my opinion, because our own family is not. Exactly. We have to be their voice. We have to let everyone know Sebastian will not be forgotten. Same thing with little Summer. We cannot forget about her. Right? Why is it not possible to boots on the ground in the neighborhood again? I think everybody's afraid of getting charges filed against them. I mean, Betty got filed for threatening them, and they felt threatened and terrorized and all the things. And it all came down to the fact that they hashtagged, that Betty had hashtagged their name. In the end, that is all they had to stand on. And the appellate court thought it was a joke and threw it out. So if we stop and we think, okay, could Chris have been at the Texas Roadhouse that night? And if y'all hang on, I'm still looking here, trying to see if I can find that picture on my phone so I can show you. But there's been a lot of talk about Christopher being in the area, being in and around Hendersonville, Tennessee, the night Sebastian went missing. If that is possible, there could be an explanation as to why he had the red marks on his arms. We all saw that. We've talked about it multiple times. And let me see if I can find this. I should have already had this done. I apologize. Let me see here. Should be right in this area here. Y'all wouldn't believe the stuff I have on my phone. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this up here for y'all to see. Let's see if we can get this. Now, the picture on the right is the man standing against the pillar at Texas Roadhouse. The one on the left is Mr. Chris at the Harley shop. Look at the feet. Look at the body build. We know he put on weight. The stance, it's all right there. Okay, so if that's the case, hey, Fuzzball Factory, how you doing? Come on in. That's it. That's it. I love it, Tugs. Tug says justice for Sebastian, karma for the rest. So, yes, ma'am, Miss Ann, I heard the same thing as well. Lots of us have. Now, yes, he walks in at the same time as KP at the Texas Roadhouse. Hey, Sea Star. I'm going to play something for y'all. And this is something I've just recently found. We saw the scratch marks on his arm. Let's take a look at this video, and it's Carrie Reviews. And the description to her channel is in the links of, or in the description part of this video here. All righty. So what do y'all think? What are your thoughts on that? There was nothing. There was nothing to hear, guys. Nothing to hear. Alrighty. So what do y'all think? Sorry. What are your thoughts on that? I don't know why this is. There was nothing replaying here, but so is it possible? Yeah, there was no sound. She had no sound to it at all. She just had the words put on the screen. Is it possible there were scratches as well? Did he have scratches on his face, by his beard, on the same side of his face that the arm was that had the scratches? I mean, what's going on here? Was there a struggle? Was something happening? Is that part of him being taken out of that home? Is that worth us looking into? It would explain why he grew that beard awful thick, wouldn't it? I know, Neuro, those fur babies must be pretty vicious, those 4-pound little suckers. Yeah. Okay. Now, while that was playing, I did get this picture. Let me go back up here. This is the picture I was trying to show you so you can see it better here. The one on the right this way is Mr. Chris. While there was a vigil going on for a stepson, he's at the Harley shop. Okay. He's there at the Harley shop. There is this man at Texas Roadhouse just prior to Katie and Sebastian pulling up. Standing right at the door, there is a concrete pillar. The closer I zoomed in, the harder it was for the pixelations, but I had to get it as close as possible to show the feet. Same type of tennis shoe, it looks like, possibly. The stance is the same. He's just leaning against a pole. Now, was he there that night? Was this him? We have to ask the question. If that was him, and if that means he was there that night, guys, it is very, very possible that those scratches on his arm did not come from those puppies. It is very, very possible the scratches on his face up in his beard area might not have came from those puppies. I think he was quite surprised when he got asked about the arm scratches. Now, yesterday I was talking to you guys and I was saying how, while I'm showing pictures, I'm going to show this real quick. There were channels that talked about us. There were channels that, feel like they're entitled to hate me. Okay, whatever. They've been hating on me for a long time and I still don't pay them no attention. But all the real attacks from others started when I showed this picture right here, folks. The one on the right is a person sitting at Texas Roadhouse at a booth with a person that looks to be Melissa, Christopher's sister. We even saw the video of them walking out, and I questioned, could it be her? That was the closest angle I could get at that time. I didn't have one of her side profile completely. that picture seemed to stir people up, piss people off. It seemed to cause a ruckus. Are we getting a little too close? How close are we? It does look like her, huh, Gina? And I do have the video of them leaving. And it does look like Christopher's sister, Melissa. And right behind her is this other person. And if you recall, she used to be married to a man who was the brother of Melissa's husband. That would be the night that Sebastian was last seen on camera in public alive. Why would she be there that night? Did Melissa need someone to go eat with her so she could be there, so she could be on camera, be seen? Is that an alibi they're all creating? Is that why they're all at Texas Roadhouse? And now it's all, nobody wants to think it's very important about all the people that we see at Texas Roadhouse. How close are we, folks? How close are we? How close was the United Cajun Navy when they were searching and had a very, very possible idea as to where? Okay. Okay, TJ wants me to repeat what I said about the marriage thing. It was this certain creator was married prior and is divorced from, I believe, her brother-in-law, her ex-husband's brother, is who Melissa Proudfoot is married to. Melissa Proudfoot, and then her now last name, and this certain creator were at one time sister-in-laws. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense without getting too detailed. But I know, Miss Erna, I know. But it's public records. You can look that up. It's not a secret. It's not something I went digging hard to find out. Hi, John Q. Thank you. Good afternoon to you. Good to have you. Hi, Tina. Good to have you, Tina, as well. Hey, Jacqueline. So, folks, is it possible that we have been close? Is it possible that the United Cajun Navy said they had one particular area they really were honed in on and wanting to search, and the death threats started happening when they started trying to get permission to search that one particular area? That's when their death threats started happening. Hi, Cece. Why? Why is it that there's a missing teenage boy? People are good humans, very good human people. They have a heart. They want to search. They want to find this young man. And yet, because they do, they get threats. Death threats were the words used by the leader of the United Cajun Navy when he talked out and he said, we had a very good possibility of where we could have searched, that he could possibly have been, from all the tips that they had received. And when they started getting permission to go on that federal land, folks, the death threats came in, bombarding them left and right. Oh, definitely, Cece. I agree with you on that one. Yeah, Brianna, you heard him say it. Yeah, we've listened to it on here before. His words, not mine. I'm not making none of this stuff up. But you show me a case of a missing young person under the age of 18. They're considered still your child, your children. And yet you're going to leave and go out of town, and others that are here searching are getting death threats. Show me another case that has ever happened to. It was not far from his home where the federal land was at. Not far. Actually, in a place, not to mention, yes, the statement, the Uvalde search group, and before they pulled out, yeah, they were threatened as well. So many people. Why? What is the purpose? You're not here. You don't care. You left and went on vacations. So why are you worried, Katie and Chris? Why are y'all so worried about people that want to search for Sebastian? Because in my opinion, all those threats are coming from their camp. All the people associated with them, the family of Mr. Proudfoot. We know what kind of people they are because we heard Nina speak, Christopher's ex-wife speak, and the hate and the disgust and vileness that family showed while trying to take Nina's daughter away. Don't forget, folks, this was a young baby at the time that was still being breastfed. Still being breastfed. And they thought it was better for her to be taken away from her mother. I don't see Katie breastfeeding at the time, nor Chris's mommy or his sister. So no, that baby had to get powder formula after that, although she was getting the best food possible that her mother's body was producing for her. Yeah, Chris wasn't going to share his Nene. He wasn't sharing his mommy's Nene at all. And folks, that's not just my opinion. They took that child. They tortured her mother. Thank you, Teresa. You're so sweet. I love you for that. Thank you so much. And here's you a little happy dance. Thank you, Teresa. You're always so kind to us here. Town Chat Cafe. Look at you coming in, gifting a membership. If you were the lucky person that got that gifted membership, please tell Town Chat Cafe, thank you so much for that. That was so sweet of you. And let's welcome our newest lollipop. Welcome to the South.
Welcome, welcome to the South. We break that good stuff out. Got enough to go around. You gotta get it right and get down. Welcome to the South.
Welcome to our newest lollipop. And thank you so much for that town chat. Laura W., look at you coming in hot. Thank you for that super sticker. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Laura. We love having you here with us always. Guys, no matter how we break it all down, no matter how we spell it out, at the end of the day, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is still missing. He is a young man that deserves to be found. It was not Poppy Love. It was not an old cemetery. No, it was over towards the Cumberland River area, towards the Drake's Creek area. There is some federal land. There was actually, if we want to get down to it, oh, John Q, Mr. John, that is the biggest question of all. Everybody would like to know where Sebastian was taken to from that house that morning. You know, we have narrowed things down as a team here. And let me show you, if y'all haven't seen it, anybody that hadn't seen this yet, the three possibilities. The first one, we need to know for sure, did he make it home that night? Well, we know from all the surveillance videos and all of these cameras in that neighborhood that Mob Crew shows every way possible for him to get out. There was a camera running, and there is no footage of him at all. None. So we go back to that 3 a.m. video. Was Sebastian carried out at 3 a.m.? Or when we heard of Christopher's mommy being at Worsham's, that little convenience store close to Sebastian's school, at 5:45 in the morning, her car was almost identical, just a half a shade off, I think, from Katie's car. Same identical cars. Was Sebastian carried out in the back of that car? Was he loaded into the car in the garage with the garage door down so no one could see, and drove out early that morning and cars were exchanged? It's possibilities. The possibilities are there, folks. There's no other possibilities, because everything they're trying to get us to think is always outside of, away from that home. But there's no evidence. to prove he ever left that home on his own. So where did he go and how did he get there? Those are our two possibilities if he made it home. But the first and foremost we have to learn is, did he make it home? We saw the video yesterday at Texas Roadhouse, how very, very similar Katie and Sebastian both walked. We saw their feet, their movement. It is very possible that that dark figure taking their trash out with the hoodie on could very well have been Katie, because their height is so very close. Their feet movement, the way they pick up their feet, the way they walk, they were in unison. It is so very possible that Sebastian might not have made it home. But the question is, if he made it home, what happened and how did he leave? They didn't think through their plan and their story and their timeline enough to convince everyone. Because there's a whole lot of us here together that do not believe Sebastian left on his very own. There's no way. And guys, if you stop and you think about it, what would be his reason for running away? His mother tells us they had a super great time. They had a wonderful time. Great day. Started with the fun breakfast. All the little details throughout the whole entire day was told to us. But there's hardly any details of after they got home from Texas Roadhouse. Jen, thank you so much for this. I do appreciate you. Let me get that highlighted here. She says, thank you for the talk the other night. You're such an inspiration and have a huge heart, lollipop. Jen, I enjoyed our conversation and our visit the other night. Thank you for being you, because it takes each and every one of us to make a difference here. And all of our goals are the same. Where is Sebastian? What happened to him? Mr. John says, I agree. Sebastian was taken from that house, out of the garage and away from the area. Yes, sir. Somehow, some way, they forgot to cause any type of distraction enough to keep us from thinking otherwise. They're not very good at their storytelling, because their storytelling makes absolute no sense whatsoever. The contradictions they've said with each other, along with their own stories. They can't tell the same story twice. At least his mother can't. And she was the one that was in the home with him. She put herself there. And so we have to decipher through and keep asking the same questions and keep putting out his face and keep telling the world his name. Because if we don't, we know for a fact his mother and his stepfather will not be doing it. Well, guys, I hate to cut it off so quickly. I'm enjoying all this great conversation, but I have 2 ball games to get to here in I got 15 minutes to head out. So I do apologize for cutting it off. Please keep Sebastian's name out there. Keep talking about him. And we need answers. We seriously need answers. Tomorrow, allegedly, with Brittany J will be with us as we talk about the Idaho for Brian Kohlberger and his obsession with a certain particular case that he studied in criminology. And so please join us tomorrow. It'll be at 4 Central. And we'll get that going tomorrow. And then our next one we'll do is going to be, oh, thank you, Mr. John. I would love to have you come on panel sometime. And we can maybe get together and talk about Sebastian. Maybe we can get Brittany J over here as well. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you all for what y'all do for Sebastian. This young man deserves to be found. His story deserves to be told. And it deserves to be told correctly. Sebastian's story is important. Locating Sebastian is even more important. And the justice for Sebastian to those who took him away deserves even more to happen. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you being here today with me. Thank you for supporting the channel. Tomorrow, I'm going to give out my 10 memberships that I get. And on Saturday, we will be doing a members live. So make sure you have your gifting set to receive gifts. And then we will do our members live on Saturday. I have someone that's going to come up and speak to us and tell us some information and a new route that we can go with helping to get things going for Sebastian. But until tomorrow, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Love and hugs to everybody. See you soon. Bye.